Welcome back to the Roundtable. I'm AwestruckVox.
I'm RetroNemo.
Who am I? Oh yeah, Tom.
And today's topic is an interesting one. So, at the end of November, towards the beginning of December, Butch Hartman, creator of Fairly OddParents, Danny Phantom, Nickelodeon, like royalty, uploaded a Nicktoons Unite fan movie trailer, based off of Justice League, and it was all right. I mean, he didn't actually animate it. I mean, the concept was, pretty. It was a parody. It was a parody of Justice League, just with Nickelodeon characters.
I mean, one thing when I saw SpongeBob as Aquaman, I'm like, yeah, this fits. Like this, I see where he's going with this.
Yeah, I mean, Dora was in it for some reason. It's Wonder Woman, which was like, oh,
they had a lot of choices, and they went with Dora.
Yeah,
Dora. Does Dora still on?
Maybe.
Didn't they make her a teenager?
Yes, they did make her a teenager.
Yes.
Oh, that's the teenage version.
I don't think that in that trailer that was not the teenage version. Oh,
yeah,
God.
But it raised an interesting question, like, should there be a Nicktoons Unite movie? Because, honestly, I'm surprised there never was a Nicktoons Unite TV special or anything.
Yeah.
As you guys may be aware, Nicktoons Unite was a game franchise that started with the video game called Nicktoons Unite. Then there was Nicktoons Battle for Volcano Island. There was Nicktoons Attack of the Toy Bots, and it just kept going and going, and eventually it ended with, I think, the 5th or 6th game.
Yeah.
I think it peaked after the first one, but that's just my opinion.
And now they're making one for Switch.
Are they?
Are they really?
Maybe. I just pulled that out of my ass.
Well, if it gets announced, Tom called it. Tom's psychic. Mm-hmm. And since it was this amalgam of all these Nickelodeon characters and each came at it more and more, you thought eventually they would have gone, hey, let's cash in on this. Let's make this a TV special or something. Especially since the face of the Nicktoons Unite series were all the main shows, big shows at the time. There was Danny Phantom, SpongeBob, Fairly OddParents, Jimmy Neutron, and this was 2005. And they already had the Jimmy Team Power Hour, which is referenced in these video games, yet nothing ever came of it. So now that we're in 2018, last year we had Hey Arnold Jungle film. We have Rocko's Modern Life Static Clean coming up. We got the Invader Zim film coming up. So, they're reviving all these old Nickelodeon properties. Do you think now is an opportune time to bring back the idea of a Nicktoons Unite film for television?
Maybe.
For television, yes. If they don't put it in theaters.
I mean, I don't think any Nicktoons film based off an old property should be in theaters.
Right, yeah. So I think maybe I think they'd have to accept that it'd be a cult sort of audience. Mm-hmm. It's not going to be a big thing. It's not going to be worldwide known.
It definitely missed its market.
It's totally, yeah.
It's definitely past its prime.
Way overdue. If anything, they'd have to completely capitalize on the callback aspect of it. Mm-hmm. They can't be hey guys, remember this? They have to be
But we're also looking at it from one angle.
Right.
Would it just be the 2005 roster that we know as Nicktoons Unite, or would it incorporate the modern Nicktoon roster, the Loud House? Mm-hmm. And SpongeBob is still going on. SpongeBob was in Nicktoons Unite. He's still on now. And even though it's not super popular, Bunsen is a Beast or Welcome to the Wayne, there are Nicktoons out now. It's just a lot just kind of fade out of obscurity.
They didn't cancel Welcome to the Wayne? It's still on?
I mean, it's not on in terms of reruns, but it's on as in it exists.
Was Fairly OddParents officially canceled, or
it was moved to Nicktoons and they haven't announced a new season yet, so
it's not officially canceled yet. It's still on
let's just say it's dead.
It's still in a fucking hospice.
Butch,
it's in a coma.
It's still in hospice right now.
Come on our podcast and fight for it. Just come on our podcast.
But yeah, how do you guys think could this work? How would it work?
I think it would just work like the Hey Arnold movie, except maybe do a little bit better since it's a little more recent.
Now, do you guys think it should be based off the Nicktoons Unite video game? Do you think it should pull all the old Nicktoons and have some new Nicktoons too for the ratings factor? Or
at this point, I think their main opportunity should be to do that, where they have all the characters. Maybe they should wait till Nickelodeon's having a 20-year anniversary, some sort of anniversary. Yeah. Mm-hmm. That way they can have a reason to do all this and just have every Nickelodeon character, put them in this TV movie. Make it great. That's their I think that's the only way they could really make it work.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, ideally it would be the original 4.
Yeah.
Well, I'm trying to look at what Nicktoons or Nickelodeon's anniversary. Let's see. It became Nickelodeon. It was at first it was called Pinwheel in 1977. It's
called the channel was?
Yeah, I guess.
Damn.
It was formerly called Pinwheel, 1977 to 1979.
It's an old channel, man.
So yeah, maybe 2019. That's when we'll get a big Nickelodeon film.
That's
next
literally
year.
Yeah. That's next year.
Anniversary.
There's their chance.
I mean, I think they may look at how Rocko's Modern Life and Invader Zim does, because the Jungle movie underperformed.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It got over 1 million viewers and a little bit more, which you factor in the Nicktoons ratings and T-Nick ratings. But all the reruns of it got pulled, hasn't aired on the main channel since.
Oh man.
It premiered. So they may look at that hey, maybe this revival idea wasn't a great idea, because last year, 2016, there was that Legends of the Hidden Temple movie that no one talked about. I don't think anyone knew it even came out. That bomb, that was a huge tank.
I mean, what kind of interest is there in the Legends of the Hidden Temple movie, honestly?
Yeah.
Wait, that came out?
Yeah.
Oh.
It was on TV.
Did anyone actually get hyped when that show was on TV? Like, did they sit down in front of the TV and they're like, oh boy, I can't wait for this to come on?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a big show.
Yeah, it was a big show.
I never was. I was like, oh, this is on.
I wasn't into it, but like my cousins were nuts for it.
I was always just like, oh, this is on. Okay.
Yeah, time to change the channel.
Guess this is something I'll watch.
Oh, I would never watch it. If it was live action, I wouldn't watch it until I was like 10.
Yeah.
Until like literally Zach and Cody changed my my taste. Like, for I was like, if it's not cartoons, I won't watch it. And I was like, wait, these kids live in a hotel? Hell yeah.
I know.
What's on after this? Oh, this girl's psychic. She has psychic powers. Oh, this girl is both a rock star and a teenager.
But it's like, I don't know, I feel like there wouldn't, like, it would definitely be for cult audiences. And how did the Jungle movie do critically, like reception wise?
A lot of people loved it. They're like,
Right.
yeah, this is a really good idea to Hey Arnold.
So this is how it's gonna go. Like, they're gonna make these, and like the fans are gonna love it, but I don't think they're gonna be that like profitable.
I mean, it also depends on how the Invader Zim film does, because
Right.
you know, Invader Zim has a lot bigger cult audience than Hey Arnold ever did.
Even now,
Yeah.
Invader Zim's got this audience.
I mean, how is Nickelodeon doing in general, though?
I mean, their numbers are doing good, but that doesn't mean like I don't know if like in the public eye, like when people are thinking of like, oh, like what's.
But from a business standpoint, they're doing okay. Like,
They're doing
stable.
fantastic.
Cable's dying.
And what do they
though.
have to lose?
Money.
I mean, if they can get more eyes on their product, I feel like that would be a positive.
But it's not. It's their older product. Like, they're not gonna bring back Danny Phantom just because he's in it.
Yeah.
So I feel like they're like, what's the point of this risk?
But it would still get more eyes on the product, is what I'm saying. It could potentially bring more viewers in.
Maybe old viewers, you mean? Like older people?
Well, just like get the conversation going a bit more around their product.
Okay, yeah.
You know what I mean?
I also
Yeah.
think marketing's a factor, because you know, like
Oh,
the
yeah.
Jungle movie, like even though it didn't perform well, like they were advertising it, but they could have done more. Like they never ran like any episodes of the original series or anything. They just aired like the original movie once, like leading up to it, and like some advertisements. For somewhere like Samurai Jack season 5, that did well, but also had like a really good marketing campaign towards it.
Yeah. Samurai Jack was like a really good example, because everyone was talking about it, everyone was watching it every single week consistently, and people are still talking about it, whether that's good or bad. They're still talking about it.
Yeah.
So maybe they just gotta like pull a Cartoon Network and just do it right.
But also, it was like the Samurai Jack audience grew up with Samurai Jack. Like, I'm putting this on Nickelodeon, and it'd still be like for the current Nickelodeon audience, just hoping
Put it on Nick at Night.
Maybe, but like, who watches Nick at Night?
George Lopez should be in it. He should be like the fifth cast member.
He'll be the villain, like in Shark Boy and Lava Girl.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, do you guys have any like plot concepts? Like, let's like really like mold this idea. Like, let's see how this would work. Like, what this actually work. Like, how would you make a big crossover film? Because the Nicktoons Unite video game was like all these villains. So Professor Calamitous, Flat Plasmius, Plankton, Mr. Crocker. They all teamed up, and I forgot like the grand plan, but they basically formed like this villain group. So the heroes banded together too, and they're like, we're gonna stop them.
Yeah.
But like, could that work as a film? And it's like,
Yeah, I think so. I mean, that's probably what would happen. I mean, they just band together. Maybe there could be a point where they're like, it's not enough, so maybe they have to get the new cartoon people in, like the new, like, I don't know, Bunsen.
Yeah, but like, how are you gonna go from like Danny Phantom, this guy with ghost powers, a crime fighter, to like Lincoln Loud?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking, like a little weasel kid with sisters. Like, what's he got the power of estrogen and like a butter knife?
I mean, Welcome to the
Boy
Wayne has
powers.
like mystery elements, and like you showed me that one clip, the guy was like flying, so I'm assuming they could fit in.
Okay, but like, watch. Josh, cut this out. This is too much. But like, the main villain's Chris Savino in the picture.
Oh my god.
I never left. I just went to the basement. I lived with the rats for years. Like,
Yeah, cartoons are disappearing from Nickelodeon Studios.
yeah.
Oh, they could do like an interdimensional thing?
Yeah, then they go to the real world. They're like, we gotta go stick out these cartoons. There's like Chris Savino in a trash can, like burning all the animation cells. Like, you want to get rid of me?
It was just
They were supposed to be rabbits.
I feel like at that point it just turned into that episode of Teen Titans Go.
Wait, which one?
The one where they were
Go into the
writers.
real world.
Oh, wait, that happened?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
another episode.
I don't know. Hey, we should talk about the trailer for the movie now.
No.
No, I'm just kidding. I think it'll work. Whether or not it'll be underwhelming is how they just pull it off.
And also, like, who would you put in this film? Because again, like, let's say they are going after the nostalgic audience. Since the Jungle movie underperformed, would they have Arnold in it? Again, would they just like adapt it off of the Nicktoons Unite video games? It's like, okay, so you know, it's been 10 years since Nicktoons Unite, and like, are these characters still popular? Like, you know, because Fairly OddParents was on until last year.
Yeah.
Danny Phantom's been over for 10 years, or over 10 years.
Yeah.
Jimmy Neutron's been over for
10 years too.
Yeah.
So it's like, and then Planet Sheen was a dud. So like,
oh god, if they, oh my gosh, no. I feel like they
also like, would Jimmy Neutron be in it? Like, how would he be CGI? Would he be like Jimmy T. Power?
Well,
where
yeah,
he's
with
2D?
the big meme, like Jimmy Neutron became like everyone was talking about Jimmy like this year with the God of Blast.
I guess.
I don't know if that's enough evidence, but I mean, back in the public side, I think they'd loosely base it off of it, but they would not do a direct adaptation.
Yeah,
like, this is some beloved property that like people still talk about. It's like a cult thing. My DVD's all scratched. I look at it sometimes and get sad.
Yeah, but then it's also like, would Jenny, No My Life Teenage Robot, would that be in there?
Yeah.
It's just like, because, Nickelodeon has tried to capitalize on nostalgia before. They have the Splat, which is the block on T-Nick, and like, I don't know how that's doing. I don't know if it's still like pulling in numbers, because T-Nick traditionally doesn't pull in numbers at all, so.
Oh, not anymore. I used to watch T-Nick all the time.
Yeah, and then they canceled Degrassi, and it was like, well, that was like our only real like draw, besides like reruns.
Was it Degrassi from the start?
Reruns of Drake and Josh.
Degrassi started in like 2001.
But that's where I'd watch my reruns. I'd watch like Full House and stuff on like T-Nick.
You mean
I would watch Full House
And, like,
on Nick at Night.
And like
Yeah.
That's Declassified. That's Declassified was on there a lot.
Yeah.
Are you sure it wasn't Nick at Night?
No, it was T-Nick.
You would go to T-Nick for Full House reruns.
Yeah, I would get up early every morning. I knew because there was Acne commercials, and I'm like, this wouldn't be anywhere else but like T-Nick.
But like, so yeah, like I said, so two of their nostalgia kind of crash grabs already kind of bombed, even though,
know.
well, critically they were, well, at least Hey Arnold's were received. Again, I haven't seen anybody talk about Legend of the Temple, so I don't know if that film was good.
Dude, yeah.
I don't know if it was bad.
Probably not.
I don't want to be pessimistic, but I'm assuming it was hot duty garbage.
I'm kind of a firm believer in like let it stay dead and preserve its legacy. Because now I look at Legend of the Temple and it's just some sad thing. Because they just like they're like let's try it again, and it just failed. And
I wouldn't say it's ruined now because it was just a batch of that at a movie that had like a serious plot when it was a game show.
I'm just imagining they had all the old competitors on there and they're like 70 years old and it's like how?
But yeah, these two nostalgia films failed. So, but do you guys think if Rocket's Power in Life and Invader Zim does well, do you think they'll look at doing more? And again, do you think they'll like look at, hey, let's do this big crossover film?
I think they do crossover film because of the fact that these two nostalgic things failed. They can't rely solely on nostalgia, so they do like a meet halfway. That's my prediction.
I mean, but what do you mean they're relying solely on nostalgia? I feel like crossover film, if they don't have any new properties, would be.
I thought crossover you meant new properties. I mean, like I think they'd have to introduce new properties in it.
Yeah.
Maybe it's like the old cartoons come back or something. I don't know.
Danny Phantom's like, back when I was a cartoon, we used to do things like this, Lincoln Loud.
Yeah, but honestly, what happened when Danny dies? What happened?
What do you mean when he dies?
He becomes one with the ghost zone, like
Right, like
He just fades away into obscurity.
I was about to spoil The Last Jedi.
can he just leave? There's a portal.
Can he just leave?
Yeah, but he would still be a ghost.
Is that their heaven?
No.
I don't know. I mean, I think he would just be a ghost full time, and he would be like, I gotta go to a human portal. And
No, but they retconned it, so Ghost and
They
Danny...
installed the on-off button.
No.
Why didn't they try using the on-off button?
They retconned it so like Ghost and Danny Phantom are an actual ghost. It's like ectoplasm that takes the form of the memories of people.
So he's just immortal?
Yeah, what?
The memory of Danny is immortal.
No, so it's like if Danny dies, then he's just dead.
So that
I don't know.
Danny
about
Phantom
that.
was so conceited that his ectoplasm just turned into him again.
No.
Like he's like, I want to be me twice, and then he's just like, that's what happened.
So he's just a living legend?
He's
Well, I'm glad you asked this, Shane, because Butch Hartman is here today. Give him a hand, folks.
Hey guys,
Thank you
I
guys.
don't like you bashing my show.
Oh, wait, why are there two of them?
Yeah, that's a really rude.
That Butch is an imposter. I don't have blonde hair.
Well, I want to do Danny Phantom again.
Kevin, I think I saw that guy flipping signs on 8 Mile. Kevin, he's scaring me.
So, Butch, what was your inspiration behind
They keep canceling my shows.
Communist propaganda kept showing up at my door.
Well, okay, other Butch, what's your answer to this?
I think that capitalism is the greatest thing to ever be made, and I made Danny Phantom to prove that because of the fact that Danny...
What's this have to do with the question?
If we share, we live and we prosper.
Well, you see, when I made Danny, I was like, I'm gonna make this boy the greatest ever, and then I realized that's dumb, so I made him a weak little man, and I made Baxter the real hero.
You ever notice how he has to share his fairies?
I'm just saying things at this point.
I don't know. So Josh, should have cut this out, right? Overall, guys, Butch Hartman's a legend. He'll never die.
Do you feel like Butch Hartman's going to advocate for a Nicktoons Unite
Oh,
film?
yeah, he'll advocate for it. 100%.
I mean, he made the trailer, so he's kind of baiting for it.
Right. He wants...
And there's also, like, the Danny Phantom short he made. It was, like, all of his cartoons together.
I don't think Danny Phantom needs to come back.
I think it does.
What are they going to do?
Fix season 3.
it's like it had its run. Like sometimes you just gotta accept things. Like, it's not gonna be as good. It's not gonna.
How do you know?
Because every time we've done it, it's been a disappointment. Samurai Jack was a disappointment in the end. You gotta admit.
But some people liked it. That was just my opinion.
Right, but some people didn't like it.
Shane, sometimes you have to give things a chance to go past their prime.
You know, look at Futurama. Like, even when that came back, like...
Yeah, but that's different. Like, being revived, it was like a short span. Like, how many years was Futurama canceled before it came back?
It was canceled for a while. Like,
And it came back. It came back. It stayed for a few years when it came back.
Right. Yeah, I'm saying, like, Danny Phantom
Has been over for 10 years. That's longer than Futurama was canceled.
I know, and it had an ending. So what's the point? What would we gain by bringing it back?
A better continuation?
Or we just make a better original show. I don't know. Like, just try to keep
But
moving
Butch Hartman
forward.
clearly has stories to tell. Like, I feel like if people brought it back for no reason, but it's like if the creator himself was like, I want to continue this.
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, he's got a lot of ideas.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I just feel like don't tarnish something's legacy.
But is it tarnishing legacy when the creator himself is doing it?
Okay, what happened to Girl Meets World?
The Boy Meets World. That's a different series.
No, I mean, like, what happened to Girl Meets World?
It got canceled.
Oh, Girl Meets.
Right.
But
it
that's
just
a
slowly
spin-off.
faded off.
Yeah, that's a spinoff.
It's like a direct
series.
continuation. They had all the same actors.
It's still a spinoff.
Do you think-
That's like
do you think-
Rugrats grown up, though.
Yeah,
Right.
that's like all grown up.
Right. Do you think Raven's home is gonna last forever?
That's a different thing, though. We're talking about.
Had really good reception, and Raven Simone's at the helm
did
of
it?
that. Yeah.
Oh, never mind. That's great. Okay, listen. This is why I talk to you guys. What I'm saying is that a lot of times, I think things just need to stay dead. That's my main point. There's a bunch of different examples of it working and not working.
But
Yeah.
the whole point of Danny Phantom is living dead. Is he's already dead.
You got me. Hey, this is a good discussion. I think that it's a risk, and you don't want to tarnish something's legacy, but maybe it'll be good.
So you think they should do a crossover film?
Yeah, but what if I want them to change the race of Tucker? Like, just make him a different minority.
Wait, you mean
Asian?
like a?
Out of Jimmy's head?
Yeah, like a.
Yeah, like I'm talking like my Asian friend Tucker. It's just like.
So what do you guys think? Do you want a Nicktoons Unite film? Yes? No? Maybe so?
Sure.
What is something you once thought about? Leave your thoughts in the comments below, or tweet to us at Roundtable Vids, or us separately at AwestruckVox, at RetroNemo, or at TomEPQM. Please follow us on Twitter. I want 10,000 Twitter followers by the end of 2018.
I want more.
I want 1,000 subscribers.
I want more.
Sub to Tom's personal channel. He's almost at 1,000 subscribers. Check out his new pilot. Check out
I have a personal
RetroNemo's
channel.
personal channel.
It's
RetroNemo.
just RetroNemo.
Check out Tinder Date.
Tinder Date. Check out Tinder Date.
Tell Christina Miller to make a Not Jimmy's Head sequel.
Christina Miller's like
completely animated. Like the catch this time is that he sees live action people.
Yeah, it's just like monsters.
she's like a closeted HAJH fan.
What's wrong, Jimmy? I keep seeing the Always Sunny cast in Story School.
Charlie.
And then Danny was like, shut up, you little shit.
Oh my gosh.
I've been getting off of this rent free.
You can't eat the baby crabs. That's illegal.
All right, love you guys.
If you enjoyed this video, please throw it a like, share it with your friends, and if you're new here, hit the subscribe button. It really helps us out. Hit the bell for notifications so you can stay in the loop with all things animation. I've been AwestruckVox,
I'm RetroNemo.
And my name is Tom.
signing out.